Hey, how you doing, YouTubers? It's me again, back to post a video, actually a video response here to Sith Lord 229, which I think was his response to a guy by the name of Sean Long, who posted a kind of started an interesting video chain asking, why do you collect? Getting inside the mind of a collector. Had a chance to check out the Sith Lord videos, thought that was some pretty cool stuff with the Star Wars collection things, and just thought it'd be cool to kind of get in on that chain and kind of give you an idea about what I collect and how and why I collect. I'm definitely a music collector, so that's kind of what I like to shove into my home. I'm sure you can probably see over my shoulders here. I collect, which I think is question number one actually. What do I collect? And that's mainly vinyl records. That's my biggest passion. But I also collect CDs, cassettes, and 8-track tapes. So basically all different forms of music media there. Why do I collect? I've always had a passion and a very, very strong connection with music. It's always been much more than just, turning on the radio, hearing a song, saying, oh, I like it, and then just kind of moving on. It's always held a much, much deeper meaning for me. It's always kind of moved me, I think, a lot more than the average person. And so it's kind of been like, music has been kind of like my lifelong friend ever since I was really young. It's always just been a very, very powerful thing for me. Now, why do I collect the different media forms that I do? I like collecting the different media forms because I like the different types of interaction that come with playing and listening to a cassette, or playing and listening to a CD, or playing and listening to vinyl records or 8-tracks, whatever the case may be, especially vinyl records. The larger artwork, just so much more interaction with the music, and as cheesy as it sounds to someone who doesn't quite understand vinyl record collectors, it makes a huge difference to be that much more interactive with the music. So that's kind of why I collect. The second question was, do you collect to play or to decorate? Well, obviously, music I collect to play. There's a lot of different ways where you can utilize, nice album artwork to, kind of decorate your room and things of that nature, which I do a little bit here and there, and I collect certain posters and things like that I really like. But really, for the most part, all my music, or all the things I collect to actually play and utilize those different mediums. So question number 3 was, let's see, do you get a new item just for review? And the answer to that is no. Matter of fact, it's kind of just the opposite. I tend to review most things before I go out and buy them. It's one of the advantages of the internet, be it YouTube or iTunes, where you can get a 30-second clip of each song on an album. I always kind of go in and check that out first and see if it's something that catches me. And if it does, I'll go out and buy that album. If not, I don't buy just to review. What I will do sometimes is, if I find a really good deal on a bunch of CDs, or come across a 99-cent CD sale or something like that, and a particular CD looks interesting, something catches me about the cover or whatever, I will buy it and listen to it, and immediately I determine, is this going into my collection because there's something I like? If not, it goes right back out the door, whether I sell it to a music store, pawn shop, eBay, whatever the case may be. But I typically always check things out before I bring them into my collection. Question number 4, are you collecting to complete your collection, or will you always add to it? Well, with loving music and loving all the different genres that I do, obviously there's no way you could possibly complete a collection. There's someone out there right now that's writing a song that I'm going to want to have in my collection 6 months or a year from now. So one thing that I do is, sometimes there's some small projects that I will have inside of my collection, such as a couple months ago, I decided that I want to get all of Metallica's studio albums, including Garage Inc. and S&M, on vinyl, cassette, and CD. So I kind of made that a little collecting project, and with the exception of Death Magnetic on cassette, so far I have that entire collection. So that's kind of a project that can come to completion. Or I'm a huge fan of the movie High Fidelity, which any vinyl record or music lover, I'm sure you know that movie very well. I did sit down and go through the entire movie and wrote down every single band or song that was mentioned in that movie, which ended up being like 128 different songs and bands that were mentioned. And now I kind of have a goal of collecting every single one of those artists and songs throughout that movie, and then kind of doing a YouTube video called, labeled High Fidelity. So there's things like that that have some certain completion points to it. But in general, I mean, no, music will always be coming in, always be new stuff. I'll always be adding to it. I mean, I still have the first record, or I should say cassette, I ever bought in a store when I was in like 4th or 5th grade or something like that. Billy Idol's Rebel Yell. I still have that cassette. So definitely something I'll always be adding to it. Question number 5 was, do you think you will ever stop collecting? Well, I think I just answered that question. No, it would definitely go on forever. Do you collect, question 6, do you collect something just because it is valuable and will sell it for a lot of money one day? Absolutely not. Everything I buy it because I want it in my collection, and I have no thoughts whatsoever of it ever leaving my collection. I always think about records and stuff coming into my collection kind of have a permanent home, because as long as I'm here, they're not going anywhere. Now one thing I will do is, let's say I'm looking for a very rare album and I get it, and maybe it's a sealed copy, which definitely takes the value up a little bit. Now what I might do in that scenario, or what I have done, is I will go out and buy the CD and get the cassette, and maybe I'll only listen to the CD and cassette. I won't open that copy, just so it can kind of maintain its value. Not necessarily because I'm going to sell it later, but just because I have it in a sealed condition, I might as well hold the value and it be held in my collection. So that might be the closest thing to buying something for its value. It's still not for its value. I just don't open it to preserve its value. So that's kind of a different thing. But as I mentioned before, everything that comes into my collection, it's going to be there forever. No intention on it ever leaving for anything. So that's kind of what I collect and why I collect. And let me kind of give you a quick little browse of my collection here. These are some new albums I got in this weekend, so I'm kind of sorting through them to get them inserted in my collection. I will be posting a video for that pretty soon. There's my 8-track and CD player. There's my pedals, one of my guitars, along with some of my CDs there. Let me back up a little bit here. Give you a scan of kind of how I have my room decorated here. That drumstick is from a Shinedown concert. 8 tracks over there. Those are some of my signed CDs. And then, of course, that is my vinyl collection. More of my 45s and cassettes down there. And then this is my cassette collection. Some more autographed CDs. And more of my CD collection. Some more of my guitars. Alright, thanks for checking it out, YouTubers fans, and definitely want to entice more collectors out there to reply to these videos and kind of keep the ball rolling. I think this is a real cool thing that he put together, so happy collecting and whatever it is you collect.